And the Lord knocked on my door and was like, hey, you need to give those that have had a miscarriage, stillbirth, infant loss, you need to do something for them. And I'm like, why me? Like, I personally haven't experienced it, and Paxton and Zach hadn't gone through their stuff yet. And I was like, just let's hold off. My door will be open because I just had a 3-week-old baby, and then I'm starting a new job. We're living somewhere new. My husband's starting a new job. So I was like, let's just wait. But if you really want me to do this, my door is open, and I will definitely do it. But I don't quite understand why you're picking me to do this. That was May of 2017, and then comes September, October, Paxton and Zach found out they were pregnant, which was so beautiful.
Zach and I got married shortly after college in 2017, and we knew right away that we wanted to start a family. And about 6 months into our marriage, we found out that we were expecting, and we were very excited, obviously. And we went in for our first appointment. That appointment is where we received the news that something was very, very wrong with our child. Around the 10 to 12 week mark in our pregnancy, we found out that we were having a boy and that our son was terminal. He had anencephaly. His brain and his skull weren't developing, and he was connected to the placenta, and a bunch of his organs were outside of his body, and he had clubfoot. And so because of that, they gave him a 0% chance of living. And at that time, she offered abortion to us, which we declined immediately. And then after that, thankfully, she respected our choice and never brought it up again. But he was not expected to make it very far in our pregnancy, and so we were kind of just told to wait for him to die, essentially. And so we had appointments every couple weeks, and he ended up making it to 36 weeks before my water broke, where we rushed to the hospital and they had to get us into surgery right away, obviously, but our entire family was able to make it to the hospital in time. And my eldest brother, who was a priest, actually was allowed in the operating room. So he's the only person who's actually met Max alive, because he baptized him before he died. And so then after that, we were given time with him, and he was able to spend the night with us, and we got to hold him and love him a little bit. And so
the Lord again knocked on my door, and he's like, remember that thing that I told you about? I need you to do this. And I was like, okay, I will do this. Now this seems like a lot more clear to me. I contacted the Bismarck Diocese, and I was like, do you guys have anything like this? Because I didn't know how to do it all on my own. And so they were like, nope, we don't have anything, and we would really, really like to do something like this. And so then I met with them, and I'm like, we just need to start small. And so now we have just a box, and the box has contents. There's a folder that has information in there like, my baby has now died, what do I do? Here you go, here's a funeral home that will help you through this whole process. You know, I'm experiencing this, who do I call? Call your priest, you can call us. You know, that type of thing, just to help you get through this very, very tough time. So the folder really helps with information. And then we have 2 sizes of blankets. We have a small blanket and a large blanket. The small blanket is meant, if you're able to bury your baby, for you to wrap your baby in that small blanket. And then you have a larger blanket to remember your baby. And we also have a frame with Mary. She has Jesus in the womb. We have a candle to light in memory of your child. We also have like a teddy bear, so that way it's something to like tangible if you'd like to hold on that, a notebook to write anything, or if you're a journaler, you know, that type of thing. Just really contents within the box to try to help you through the grieving process. And that is our goal. Just we help those that have experienced a stillbirth, infant loss, or a miscarriage. That's our goal, and the goal is to have you talk about it. Because a lot of people just think, oh, well, I just lost a baby and that's okay. Well, it's not okay.
The last thing you want to do when you're losing your child is scroll on Google and figure out
funeral homes or
plots for burial, or even what to do. Like, most people don't know that they can bury their child, that they miscarried, and because a lot of times the hospital just takes care of certain stuff like that. And so just knowing what your options are and hard names and numbers to call without having to sit and research that stuff in like the most fragile state you've ever been in.
You know, and we're always here, whether people just need to talk or, you know, you need to reach out to somebody else who has experienced that loss and you need that comfort from somebody else. Just call the diocese, because you can find boxes in the Bismarck Diocese. They're in every single parish within the Bismarck Diocese. If you have a miscarriage at St. Alexis Hospital, they're up at the hospital. Or you can go to the diocesan office and get one. Or you can call us directly and we can mail them to you.